In this video, I'm going to be covering the top 3 outreach methods for social media marketing agencies. Now, there's lots of different outreach methods out there, and there's lots of different courses out there that can teach you all these different methods. And everyone says that this one's the best and this one's the best, but if you have the right knowledge, all of them can definitely work. But I'm just going to be sharing the top 3 methods based on my experience and the results that I've gotten, and hopefully it can shed some insight as to what potential outreach methods that you could use to help you scale your agency. If you don't already know who I am, my name's Shay Detheri, and I'm the co-founder of acquisitiongrowthpartner.com, and we help establish marketing agencies book more meetings and sign more clients. And the typical outcomes that our partners experience is anywhere from $60,000 to $120,000 a month in added recurring revenue within 6 to 12 months. If you want help achieving any of those outcomes, you can go ahead and click the first link in the description. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, the first outreach method I'm going to speak about is cold emailing, and not in the traditional sense of how everyone else does it. I do cold emailing, and then once someone positively responds to my email, dialing that person to get them booked in on the calendar. Back when I used to run a real estate marketing agency, I used to get a 12% positive response rate. However, my appointment booking rate was only at a 4%. And that's because I relied solely on following up with people via email and sending them a Calendly link and expecting those people to book in that way. But when you do it that way, there's a lot of friction on their behalf because they have to click on the link, they have to go through, fill out all their details, and they have to click the button to actually go ahead and schedule the call. That might not seem like much to you. It seems like a lot to them because there's a bit of resistance. They're probably wondering why you need all this information just to be able to catch up for a chat. So instead of just relying on following up via email, if you mix in a little bit of just calling people, once you get a positive response, it'll double or triple your call booking rates as to what it currently is. Now, why is cold emailing actually one of my top 3? Well, it's because it's cheap to get started. It's easy to get in touch with owners and founders. Even if you're working with local businesses, or even if you're working with Fortune 500 companies, you can find the owners and the founders' contact details, which with other methods, it's pretty hard to target those types of people specifically. And it's very scalable thanks to software like Instantly and Smart Lead, meaning you can send thousands of messages per day. Whereas before, back when people used to do cold email, a lot of it was manual. You'd have to get a VA to do it. You'd have to do like the BCC method. If those of you who are sending cold emails since 2019, 2018, you know what I'm talking about. But those are the main reasons why that's one of my top 3. Now, the second outreach method I want to talk about, the reason I did quotations there, because it's not really outreach, it's more so creating an inbound flow of leads, and it's simply posting valuable content on YouTube. And when I say valuable, I literally want you to give away the secrets and then hedge on the fact that maybe only 1%, 2% of people that watch the video will actually take action on the advice. And a percentage of that 98% will actually want your help doing it. And then majority of people will just watch it and then go down the rabbit hole of watching other YouTube videos. Back when I ran my real estate marketing agency, it didn't happen on every single call. Like, I had a good volume of calls, but a percentage of those calls would show up having very little trust that I could actually deliver on what I said I was going to do. That's because I just sent them one obscure cold email that jumped on a call, and now I'm trying to sell them into my service. They didn't have any context of what I've done, who I've helped, how I've helped, and they pretty much just consumed like one 30-second email, and now I'm trying to sell them into something. Now, ever since I started using YouTube content myself, people find value in the videos, and then they usually go down the rabbit hole of my other videos. And after they've consumed that, they decide that, okay, this guy seems like he can do what he says he's going to do. Let's book a call. Now, compare that side by side to the calls that I used to take with my real estate agency, where they were just wanting to know the price from the get-go. They didn't really want to have a conversation, versus now it's like they already know me and I can just get into the details without them wanting to just start off with what's the price. YouTube can become infinitely more powerful when you start to mix it in with your outbound stuff. So if you're using cold emails, mixing in some of your best YouTube videos as marketing and sales assets, using them to craft different angles and campaigns, using them in your follow-up sequences, it just adds more fuel to the fire and creates trust at scale, because you want people showing up to the call already having some level of trust instead of having to build that trust on the discovery call, on the sales call. Now, there are 5 main reasons why YouTube's actually one of my favorites. And the first one is that it's free to get started. Inbound leads are typically higher quality as well. And the reason why it's higher quality, because people are more open to actually having a genuine conversation about their business, because there's already a certain level of trust within them. And once you make a YouTube video, you can make it once and it will be viewed thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of times if you have a really good video. And as I sort of mentioned before, you can actually use your best videos as sales and marketing assets for your marketing campaigns and for your follow-up sequences. And the last thing that I'll mention about YouTube is in an age where there's so much information on what you do, what the competitors are doing, you need to be online in some form and have some video content, because they're not just going to be jumping on a call with you, they're going to be jumping on a call with 4 of your competitors and comparing what the best value is. So in an age where there's so much information, you just want to make sure that you have some video content online, so you're not having to fight an uphill battle of getting people to prove that they can trust you on the call. You want them showing up to the call with at least some level of trust. And the last one I want to talk about is social posting mixed with DMs. Now, what do I mean by social posting? So Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, posting content on these platforms and mixing it with DMs. And the reason why this one's so powerful, because instead of just reaching out to people with a cold DM, them checking out your profile and you not really having any content on there, when you reach out to someone, let's say that they don't even respond to you. When you reach out to someone, the algo is going to start pushing your content towards them more. They're going to see it pop up. And even if they don't become a client now, maybe 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 mons down the track, they're just going to be receiving a lot of your content because the algo is going to keep pushing it their way. And also, it just goes back to building the trust aspect that I was talking about with the YouTube method, is that you want people to already be able to trust you before they hop on calls with you, and content will help you do that. So you can either do Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. And the reason why this is also one of my favorites is because it's free to get started. It's easily outsourced. So not the content side of things, that's harder to outsource, but more so the messaging side of things. All you need is just a good SOP for a VA to follow. They can go ahead and do all of that for you. You can use tools like flowchat.io, which make it easy. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these different types of platforms, you can have like a CRM for it, and it's called flowchat.io. If you don't know what it is, go ahead and check it out. A lot of your favorite gurus are rebranding it as their own tool and selling it as their own thing, when really the original source is called flowchat.io. Makes it really easy for you to connect like 10, 20 different accounts, because the thing that holds you back on these platforms, if you're going to do this method, is that you can't do volume like you can on email, because you'll be limited to like 30 to 50 messages per day. And if you start playing with those limits too much, you're going to get banned, you're going to get account restrictions, and that's not good. So you want to de-risk it by going across multiple accounts and using the software like flowchat.io. You can put it all into one CRM, so all your leads, and also it can scrape Facebook groups. So you can go into Facebook groups and it can auto scrape like 2-step posts, the entire group of members, and then import it to a CRM. And then you can have like templated messages, which just makes your jobs a whole lot easier when you're trying to do social posts mixed with DMs. Now, if you would like to partner with us so we can help you do this on a completely done for you basis, so you can book more calls and sign more clients, you can go ahead and click the first link that's in the description. Now, you don't have to. The main thing is that you watch these videos and you receive some value from them. But if you did find this video valuable, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe so that the algo can push more videos like this your way, so you spend more time on their platform. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.